What up, Scrafters? More 2022 Scraft for you. I mean, that's where we're at. 12 years deep in StarCraft 2. Momentous times. So it's Icredd, our Zerg player in the top right, and it's RoyalBlu playing Protoss in, did I say top right? I meant top left. RoyalBlu in the bottom right, and he's going to open up by the looks of things with a low ground pylon. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're getting to the point of the competition where, if you want to win, you're getting to the point where you need to be watching the replays of your opponents. You need to be like getting a bit of an eyeball on what they like to do, and thinking about how to counter that even in advance of playing them. So the worker's going to come in, checks the timing on the hatchery, sees that it's all good. Now, obviously, if you're reasonably new to StarCraft and you're a Protoss player, you don't necessarily know the timings that well on Zerg buildings and stuff. But what you're looking for with that scout is really that the hatchery is there, because if it isn't, you need it to batten down the hatches. You know that Icredd isn't going to have accidentally not built a natural. If the hatch isn't there, there's definitely a flood of lings coming, and you need to have this wall ready to deal with that. So Stoke is going to come out. That is a bigger than 1 unit gap right there. So it needs to be a little bit careful here, because I don't think a single Stalker plugs that gap. I think Lings would be able to get past it and surround it. This Overlord's pretty deep, and there is actually, if the Stalker nips down onto the low ground, is going to snipe it without doing that. If he sees the other Overlord, oh no, the Lings are in. Well, that is just awkward. These Lings on double speed looking ridiculously fast. The Stalker can, of course, fight them in range of the shield battery, and now that the numbers are thinned out, will clean them up. But let's just take a quick look at how we did. So 4 workers killed in exchange for 5 Lings. You'll take it. But with 2 Nexus up, chrono boosts available, not too bad, not critical damage, but well worthwhile for just a little handful of Lings. So that is always the issue playing Protoss against Zerg. You've always got to have something in the door to stop the Lings getting in. But Robo is finished, nothing coming out from it just yet, and there is a forge behind that as well, so possibly going to see some upgrades. We've got an observer in production. I don't think we've got blink though. We don't have blink, so pretty standard play is 4 stalkers into this position, get the observer across so they can blink up into the men, and they will one-shot workers and can have a good time. I'd have just fired the last volley to kill the Overlord and then just recalled out. You don't really want to fight, although there's not that many Lings, so you can fight them, but you don't want to lose a stalker to essentially any number of Lings. These queens have come quite far forward, and it looks like Icredd might don't just hurt a queen and hurt an Overlord and kill neither of them. Like a bit of focus firing, good pullback on this weakened Stalker. This Overlord takes another shot but still isn't dead, and now we're targeting the wrong queen. What am I seeing here? Oh my goodness. RoyalBlu, if you get neither of the queens nor the Overlord, that is an absolute travesty. 4 stalkers lost, and oh man, 4 stalkers gone. If you've killed the 2 queens and the Overlord, I don't mind it, but you haven't killed anything. So really terrible focus firing there. Just needed to finish off some of these high value units. Don't worry too much about the Lings. You don't want to trade stalkers for Lings. It's never going to be, oh, this door is wide open. It's never going to be a great trade for you. Stalkers cost gas. Lings don't. Lings do well against stalkers. They trade efficiently against them. So, needed to just kind of essentially ignore the Lings and focus these expensive units. Killing queens is great, slows down the creep spread. Killing overlords is great, causes supply blocks, uses up larva. Killing Lings, not that useful. So, yeah, bad times. did a lot of damage to 3 units, but didn't kill any one of them. And of course, they will just heal up over time. As you can see there, well, this one must have been really low. So a large number of units now making their way across the map, but it is mostly Ling. Yeah, the front door looks pretty blocked up here. None of this is going to be able to get in, but I believe there's Ravagers coming behind it, and that is enough Ravagers to definitely open a door. So, you know, I'd like this observer moved forward so that you can see exactly what's happening. It's going to be a while before there's an immortal out. No, the stalkers don't dodge at all. They just take that to the face. So the next corrosive bile that comes down will take out the side core. More corrosive biles just landing. You've got to dodge those corrosive biles, guys. You know, they're signposted. You see them go up. You see the mark on the ground where they're going to land. You cannot just stand. No! You can't stand still under those corrosive biles, folks. You just cannot. It's not complex micro. It's really straightforward micro to dodge those. We need another round of warpings. Could do with maybe a sentry to just force field that area, but it hasn't happened. These DTs actually are going to do some serious work because there's no detection, but at the minute they're just walking about. I'm not really sure what's happening there. This is kind of probably a time to not micro, to just let the DTs do their own thing. Could do with another warping. Needs to rebuild these pylons, get these things powered up. But even these DTs are not going to be able to quite see off the flood of stuff that's coming. So a bit of a shambolic defense, to be honest. You know, the previous push with the 4 stalkers was a bit painful. To lose them, you know, when could have got 2 queens and Overlord, recalled out, not lost a stalker, but instead got nothing and lost all 4 stalkers. You know, 4 more stalkers in the defense certainly would have been helpful, but overwhelmingly, if you stand still under corrosive biles, you die. Simple as that. So it's Icy Red that goes 1-0 up.